Hello everybody. In this video we are going to talk some more about constraints, how to build your puzzle pieces. So I have an example piece here. It's made out of 6 cubes and we're going to build it together. You can feel free to build this piece along with me, or you can build one of your own pieces as you're going. I'm going to start by placing in as many of the small, well, hold on, that's the wrong one, of the puzzle cube 1 blocks as I need. I need 6 of them, so I'm going to click 6 times, right click, OK. I'm going to kind of bunch these all together, grab them all, oops, like so, and oops, wrong one. Grab them all like so, click this button up here for adjust the color, and I'll give them a unique color so we can tell them apart. So let's do blue. Okay, so there are a couple ways to constrain these cubes together. One way is with mates and flushes, and you should already be vaguely familiar with that. So for instance, I could mate these two together, apply, switch over to the flush button, flush the tops, and flush the sides. And that would give me the basis of like maybe these two cubes to form the bottom of my base. There's a way that's perhaps a little easier when you have these peg cubes like this. If you think about how you would build this in the real world, you would build it by inserting the pegs into the holes. And we can actually do that with constraints. Anytime we have a circular piece, we can use something called an insert constraint to insert it into a hole. So this is your mate constraint. That's where both the mate and the flush options are. There are 5 different ways to constrain pieces in Inventor. We will get to some other ones later in the course, but let's go to the insert constraint. And you notice if I hover over the peg, I get an arrow through the center. Now, you got to be careful here because you can either select the top of the peg or the bottom. And if I select the top, it's not going to actually go into the hole. So I'm going to select the bottom, and then I'm going to select the hole right here, and watch what happens. They get inserted. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And again, that could form these 2 base cubes here. Now, if I ground this piece right here, the question is this fully constrained? Well, no. The peg is inserted, but it can rotate, which is exactly what you would expect if you were building this in the real world. So you notice I can't detach it, but I can spin it. Well, I don't want it to be able to spin, so let's kind of angle it a little bit here. And now we can come in here with some flush constraints and flush our sides up. Notice I only need 1 because if these sides have to stay level, then it can't rotate anymore. So already it's a little bit easier. We just use 1 insert and 1 flush and we're fully constrained. So let's see that again. This time I'm going to insert the bottom of this peg and I'm going to flush it into the bottom of this cube right there. Apply. Again, I can rotate it. So let's reconstrain and flush the sides. Okay, escape key, I'm fully constrained. So let's keep building a little bit. All right, so let's constrain. Always make sure you switch over to insert. It's really easy to forget to do that. Let's constrain that to there. I'm just going to form this little chain here before I go to flush everything. And then flush that, flip our view around to that hole right there. So you can see it kind of lines things up automatically, but if I check these, you know, the whole thing, this is all kind of all wonky. So now I'll just come in here and I'll do a bunch of quick flushes. I could just hit the enter key to apply them. And there I have my piece. So it's kind of an easier way to do it. If you have the peg, use it like you would in the real world, and you can make your pieces that way as well.